Welcome to today's webinar with Subhanjan Sarkar, who is the founder of PitchLink. And today we are doing a AMA style kind of session because we want you to talk. We want to solve your queries. We want to, help you out. And also in the end, show you how and answer you the most common questions related to PitchLink that you guys have sent us and asked us about. So Subhanjan, how are you right now?
I'm great. I think guys in pitch ground have a whenever I ask anyone, including you, I say, how are you? How are you, Minank? Oh, I'm fantastic.
I'm fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm fantastic too.
That's awesome. Because there's a reason why, because I've stopped saying good. I used to, whenever someone says, how are you? I'm like, good. I was finding a problem with that. I was like, no, there should be a nice response. There should be an energetic response to convey my energy. I'm like, yes, I'm fantastic. So I got used to it. I've probably told it some 100 times to 100 people. So yeah.
Right. Of course. So I'm fantastic. It's great.
Awesome.
As I mentioned multiple times, we are the lucky ones where we can sit at home and still continue to do our work.
Mm-hmm.
So we should count our blessings.
Absolutely. I mean, the gratitude is always there every single night and every single morning when I wake up. I feel happy to, be alive and keep doing my work.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm sure the audience can agree with me because we are joined by 15 people right now. I can see people like Suparna Ghosh. Hi, wherever you're from, comment right now. And we would love to see where you're from. And let's make it an interactive webinar, guys, because we want a lot of comments. And I'm sure you're having a lot of sales related doubts. And I want to clarify. I want you to clarify your sales related doubts with Subhanjan, who has a ton of experience. Subhanjan, when did you start all this? At what age?
Hey, I told you this already. I'll give you the same answer. We are all selling all the time.
They should know it.
Yeah. So we are all selling all the time. When a kid goes and asks for a toy, what is he trying to do really? He's trying to say, give me the toy, I'll give you peace. That's a transaction.
True.
Right? So I think all of us we are all selling. We don't call it selling, but essentially what is selling? Selling is value transaction, right? I give you some value, you give me some value in exchange. That's what selling is about. And we are all doing it all the time, literally. So it started long back. That's to give you a short answer.
I mean, yeah, we are unknowingly doing it all the time. And that's why I think you don't prefer to call yourself a salesman.
Actually, it is not that. I think sometimes some words get vilified for no reason. There's nothing wrong with sales. See, I mentioned this earlier. In fact, yesterday I was having a chat with John. He's one of our customers through PitchGround, and we actually got on a call to give him a demo, but we ended up chatting for 45 minutes, no demo. But we vilify certain words, but make no mistake, value transaction is the engine which is going to bring the world back to its feet. If you imagine that all businesses stop and there is no transaction happening, see, the problem is the way we are trying to do the transaction, but that's not stopping transactions. Transaction has to happen. People need things. Come on, everybody needs things. You're just not telling me you're going to buy a new phone, right? True. So you need a stuff. You need stuff. So it's not that somebody who comes and thrusts a phone into your hand, you're going to buy that first phone that comes to you. That is the mistake we make. We mix up the need of the sales process with how we do that.
Got it. So guys, leave comments down below, and thanks for all those who are sending us likes and hearts. We love it. And yes, How do I look clean shaven? You can look at me right now. I've just shaved before the webinar. I'm like, yes, I need to do a clean shave before the webinar. So guys, my clean shaven look deserves likes. Come on. Abdul says hi. Abdul, where are you from? Do leave a comment down below. And where are you guys tuning in from? Which part of the world you are in? Let us know in the comments down below. And keep your sales related questions ready because we're going to answer them all. And if you have any pitch link related questions, we're already going to cover those questions, but we will answer them as well live. So guys, keep those comments coming in regarding sales, regarding pitch link. We're all here to answer you.
So I have an idea, Meenang. So shall we see? I want to talk about 10 things that people need to know about PitchLink. So I'm just thinking, as people come in, should we go through those, or should we start with some questions already? I mean, we can do it both ways, right?
I think first let's talk about sales.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll get on to the pitch link because I have some questions.
Okay.
And we're going to answer them, and we're going to answer them live as well.
Look, I mean, I must tell one thing. I do not claim to be an expert beyond what I know. Okay. So you may have a question to which I have no answer, and I'll tell you that. Full disclosure.
I mean, that's a nice way to put it, but I'm sure you have an answer because in the last webinar, I've noticed, I remember his name. His name is Rohit, and he was in the travel industry, and he asked a question, and you gave such a nice piece of advice. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not generic advice. That's really not generic advice. And guys, if you haven't seen the last webinars, go watch it right now. They are pure value. You can watch it after this one, but this is your chance to ask all your sales related, all your business related questions to Subhanjan, because he's not going to give you generic advice. Telling you myself, he's going to give you an amazing piece of advice that you can take home and implement it. It's not
you're setting me up.
So guys, keep answering asking all your questions.
I'm saying you're setting me up for
not at all. Not at all. That was beyond me, really. I'm not setting you up at all. Yeah. Guys, we are not setting him up.
Thank you. I appreciate your kindness and nice words. I really do, and I'll try my best. Obviously, I mean, whatever I know, I will. Obviously, the whole purpose of being here is to do that. Yeah.
Until then, there's this question, which what if someone wants to get started or become good in sales? What should that person do?
I think the most underrated quality in a salesperson is the ability to listen. If you really want to be a good salesperson, you must be really good at listening. And really good at listening means there may be a meeting where you don't talk at all. It's very natural for us, because suppose I have got into a company and I have joined the sales team. What does the company do? The company puts me through a 3-day training, which is supposed to teach me how to sell that product or service that the company sells.
Is 3 days, are 3 days enough? Not at all.
Well, I mean, I picked that number off my hat. I'm saying it may be 3 days, it may be 7 days, it may be whatever.
Okay.
But the purpose of that is to fill you with knowledge, which is product knowledge, objection handling, introduction, so on and so forth, competition. So all of these things are taught, I think, in most companies, and then you're expected. So you are sort of full of this knowledge, and when the customer is speaking, after listening to the first 2 words of the sentence, you have cut off, and you are trying to see with those 2 or 3 words that you have heard, what response with that entire database that is sitting in your head, what response will sort of correlate with those 3 words. and you're not listening at all. I think that's a big problem. Which is why, majority of the people in sales don't make their quota. I mean, you can see that, right?
Yes,
Th-
absolutely.
40
I
to
mean,
45%
listening
don't
is
make their
really
quota.
underrated.
Yeah, you have to listen. I mean, sometimes you don't have to talk. You may listen and find out many things which you'd never figure out, or you'll figure it out, but you would have put effort to meet the person 5 times if he allows you to meet that person 5 times. Or you could have in the first meeting just kept quiet and let the person talk. If you allowed that, you would have come back with lot more insight, lot more valuable insight than you would do by trying to pitch your stuff. In fact, in the last webinar, Minang, remember I said sometimes no pitching is the best pitch.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
And I mean it. I actually sometimes you know that this man is not ready. He's actually exploring. So right now, don't sell. Giving information. Give him information. Give him information about your competition also. Doesn't matter. Because finally he will buy you because you are the best fit. And if you don't give the information about the competition, he's going to find out anyway. We live in the internet, right, guys?
But
Everything is
aren't
there.
we, isn't it a kind of promotion to the competitor if you're giving him the information?
No. Actually, the way, okay, you have to contextualize what you're saying because he's going to find out anyway. That question is going to come anyway. You think people don't ask me, oh, are you like Yesware? Are you like MailChimp? Are you like X, Y, Z? Is it for me to tell him then he will ask? No, he knows already.
Absolutely.
I can avoid it as much as I want, but that question I have to answer. I might as well tell him, hey, you know what? We are nothing like MailChimp because we are not, email automation. And this is our difference. And this is what we do. And we do have a repository, but we are not like Google Drive. You know what I mean?
Isn't that being too honest?
I mean, you think you can be dishonest and sell and survive?
No, we can definitely survive, but I think there is a kind of salespeople. When you hear the word salespeople, you're like, those.
Yeah, why? We brought it out on ourselves. We brought it on ourselves. Okay, and I think I'll tell you one thing. It'll be entertaining while we wait. David Ogilvy wrote a book called Ogilvy on Advertising. People who don't know David Ogilvy, he was one of the
Ogilvy on
doyens of
Advertising. I know the book
copywriting.
as well. I've ordered it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mentioned it last time, right? I love that book. And by the way, I read that book like 30 years back. Okay, or 35 years back maybe.
Okay.
Or even more. Okay. I still have the book.
Awesome.
Anyway, so he says at one point about copywriting. That book is on copywriting. Okay. He says the customer is not a moron. She's your wife. Okay, because he was basically talking about B2C. He said that. So I also say the customer is not a moron. She's your boss. Okay, and trying to be smart or dishonest or partially honest, I don't think cuts it anymore. You can't get away with it. Simple.
True. That's absolutely true when it comes to but people, the today's salespeople, they're just, I can't describe them. I think it's part of it has to be blamed at the upper management as well, who are putting so much pressure. And I hear stories all the time. Recently I was reading this story and they were like, we are forced to sell, and I don't think that's real selling.
Yeah, true. It's true. And those companies will pay the price. Hey, in the last 15 years, 50% of the Fortune 500 is gone. It's replaced by new companies. Why do you think so? That's it.
I have no idea. I really have
Yeah,
no
that's it.
idea. I can't guess
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
if you're not focused on the customer, if you're not delivering value, if you're not being truthful, if you're not building a brand which people can trust, you will go out of business. It's as simple as that. I can show you hundreds of examples.
True.
Literally hundreds of examples. So,
True.
I mean, I mean, will you buy from somebody who lies to you? Tell me, na.
Not at all. Not at all.
Will you walk into a showroom to buy electronics or buy your phone, and that fellow gives you some misinformation? Will you buy
Never.
from him? And
Never.
and and can he get away with misinformation? You will Google it right there and figure out that he's telling you lies, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So where will you hide? No place to hide.
True. And there are these online reviews as well right now.
Exactly.
If the person feels cheated, he just goes out there and shares a negative review, and that actually harms the brand for sure.
I am launching a new show called the Buyer Side Chat. In fact, today we launched a new show called SaaS Stories, which is already available in Spotify. And the first interview I've done is with Vijay Shankar, one of the co-founders of Freshworks. So you can go and check it out. iTunes and Google Play will be up in a day or two. They take a little longer to. It's a new show, so it takes a little time. I am also launching another show called, which is the official podcast for PitchLink, called the
Wow.
Buyer Side Chat,
Buyer
which will be
side chat
launching
is
next
called.
Monday.
Okay.
The Buyer Side Chat, okay. And in that, I was the first guest. I'll not name him here, but he says, salespeople have no clue what's going on. We have closed groups on WhatsApp, on other social media, on LinkedIn, which is a closed group, which is only 20 CIOs or only 20 CEOs who are part of that group. There have been cases where a person has decided to buy a particular product, put it in the group. Hey guys, I am just about to sign this deal. What do you guys think? And people have given feedback that this is not a trustworthy company or whatever. And the salesman is sure. He has gone home telling his boss that I'm getting this $100,000 deal, and next morning he has seen that somebody else has got the deal. Okay, let's get some questions from the audience and
So
let's get
yes,
going.
we have shared the we have started a watch party in PitchGround group, and we have joined by Syed Hussein Uddin, who has questions regarding PitchLink. That's awesome. We'll get to you, Syed Hussein Uddin. Until then, let's tell our friends hello. Rahul Rajvanshi, Yogesh Narayankar, Stephen Hoagland has attended our previous webinars as well. So hello, Stephen. Saurav, Kathy, and Bommy Choi. Welcome to today's webinar. And let's get to your questions straight away, Syed. You've been waving at us, asking us questions. So yes. Hi, Syed. The question Syed asks is about PitchLink. He says, is basic PitchLink, which is 20 links, LTD, help me sell to B2C?
See, it can. It depends upon what you are selling. So what is he selling? Can you ask?
Syed, tell us what you're selling. Tell us more about your business so that we can give you an answer. And we have other people, Nikhil, etc., joining in on our webinar. So hello. If you're joining in right now, leave us questions about sales and we'll give you an advice. Also tell us where you're from, because we want to know where exactly you're tuning in from. Guys, today we are talking about sales. We are talking about PitchLink. Only these two things, nothing else. So yes. So Syed says he's running a virtual furniture business. I think, do you sell furniture virtually? I mean, through online? That's what you mean? Through e-commerce, Syed? We also have new people coming in. Wow, Aksara, etc. Hi. We have been waving at you all. So keep sending us all the likes, comments until then, and we will answer all your questions, all questions related to sales, selling, etc. Okay, we are receiving comments. The comment says he sells
No.
luxurious wooden furniture online.
Okay.
Yes, so he says he sells luxurious
Yeah.
wooden furniture online,
Yeah.
and basic pitch link LTD help me sell B2C. That's what he asked. I'll have a look at all the comments. I've seen that
Okay.
you also joined in, but yeah.
No, I just got out because I think I was getting a double echo and all that.
Yeah,
So,
you'll get that double echo.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I
I'll
just
manage.
wanted. Okay. So, Sai, let me answer your question. Okay. So first, PitchLink is fundamentally built for B2B. This is business to business sales. So if you're selling furniture to a company, it's very good. Why? Because you can engage with multiple people on the buyer side on that same link. But people are using it very effectively for B2C also. And in your case, I do see a possibility which you can use it for. Why? Because if you have a family and maybe their children is somewhere else and the husband is somewhere else and the wife is trying to buy it or whatever, multiple people are involved in that decision. And if it is high end furniture, it is expensive furniture. It's not a decision which will be taken very easily. There will be questions, there will be back and forth, there will be negotiation of price and so on. PitchLink allows you to present your furniture in the best possible way, not just as pictures. You can actually make videos, you can put it in different settings. You can, so the experience that people have when they walk into a large furniture showroom, you can basically give them that virtual experience right on PitchLink, because you can do video, audio and so on. You can explain the quality of the product, so you can actually talk about the material, you can actually talk about the upholstery, you can actually talk about the cushioning. All of that you can explain in detail, which you would have done face to face. You can do it here on PitchLink. You can actually record yourself explaining those things. And if you're using our Contents Bridge tool, you can literally write the script, and without any problem of trying to remember everything, you can record it and put it in. And finally, you can start discussing with them about their questions, right? So right there, so all they need to do is keep track of that link. Everybody's on the internet, everybody's using a browser, and you can answer most of their questions before doubts are all clear. So to the best of my knowledge, you can very effectively use PitchLink for high value sales. So if it is a very commoditized thing, if it is very low value, suppose you're trying to sell something which is $10 or $20 worth, that's not a decision you need a lot of convincing for. Then possibly you don't need PitchLink. But if you are anywhere in the $300, $400, $500 range, which is a decision people will not take lightly, they'll do discussions and so on, the ability to keep all the discussions in one place will make your life very, very simple. Okay, your audio is gone, my video
Yes, I
is
think
gone.
he said luxurious furniture, so I think that explains it all.
Right.
And I also see different use cases for PitchLink. For this particular use case of Syed, that is, let's say he wants to he's into modular kitchen, or since he said wooden furniture, let's take the example of living room, and let's take another example of bedrooms or something. So he can send all the bedrooms in one PitchLink, all the bedroom designs and videos as well, and he can send all the living room designs in another PitchLink.
No, actually, he can, if it's the same customer, he can send a follow-up pitch. That's one of the things I'll talk about. Nobody knows that you can send a follow-up pitch, just like you send a follow-up mail. You can send a follow-up pitch, which can be more. So basically, you are selling. Say just let's stick to the bedroom. You don't need to do the living room. Let's stick to the bedroom. You send them some stuff, then they give you feedback. Now you know that you need to show them something else. You send it as a thread. So all the original stuff is there. Now you are basically shifting the conversation, which is far more customer centric. by sending up a follow-up pitch, and they're all threaded, they're all available at the same time, so and all running on the same link.
And Syed says, great, this gives more info. Thank you so much. And he says
Most welcome.
he has B2B high value products only. Yes, beds, cots, and sofa. That's right. Exactly what we are discussing.
Let me know how it goes, Shahid. Let me know how it goes. Thank you.
Awesome, Syed. I hope that answers your question, Syed. If you have any more questions regarding PitchLink, and I think the basic plan would suffice for you. And if you have any more questions regarding PitchLink or regarding sales, guys, leave in the comments down below. We are joined by Akbar, Kirtan, Nuno, Steven, Syed. Yes. Leave your comments down below and we'll answer all your sales related questions. Having a objection from your buyer, or if the person says your costs are too high, what to do? We're going to answer all those questions. I think those are the common questions that come in, like, because I was a freelancer before and I have faced such clients where people say, hey, your price is too high.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, okay. When I faced it for the first time, and I really didn't, I have an answer for it. But we'll get back to this question after answering all the questions that are coming in right now from Bomi. The next question is from Bomi, where he says, is 20 links means 20 pitches to 20 people?
Yeah, that's a good, interesting question. I would love to explain this. See,
Bomi, we are answering your question right now, so stay online.
So the way PitchLink works, PitchLink is not pitches. So a lot of people get confused. You are saying unlimited pitches. How do I? And you're saying 20 pitch links. So how does that work? You can literally make unlimited pitches. And when you're using PitchLink for say 5, 7, 10 months, you will literally have 100 pitches that you would have made. That doesn't mean you're sending out all of them at the same time. Number one. Number two, any pitch, when you actually send out, the system generates a link which is unique to that particular person you are sending it to, which is then counted. Till then, there is no count. Okay. Now, 20 pitch links means you can send out to 20, you can send out 20 proposals or 20 unique set of people. So you have a pitch, you send out to company X. In that company, you are actually sharing it with 5 people. It's still one link. So as long as you are sending it to the same bunch of people who are all going to be interacting on that pitch, it is still one link. The same pitch, if you at the second company you send it to only one person, it is again one link. Making sense? And by the way, when you send it to that one person and he now shares it with 3 other colleagues, it's still one link. So because it is built for B2B collaborative selling, we count the unique link based on the company. And why, I will tell you in a moment. Because all the people in a link can see each other's comments and all the discussion. So you don't want to send a single link, theoretically also, to 5 different companies. Because everybody can see everybody else's question, everybody else's answers, everybody's thing. And nobody will like to do it. So a pitch sent to a company with 5 people, 7 people, 10 people, one link. Pitch sent to one person, individual, like Syed said, he's sending it to one person who's going to buy his sofa, one link. He's sending it to 5 people in the same family, one link.
Awesome.
Okay.
So let's say the link is used. I mean, the sale is done, closed. So we can reuse the pitch. So we can reuse it for some.
No. Once you send it out, it's counted.
Okay.
Once you send out, it's counted.
That's because we are getting 20 pitch links per month.
That's correct. And you get refreshed. So your credit will get refreshed every month. You have to wait for that refresh.
So Syed, if you have more customers, you should definitely, go for the bigger plan, That would be really awesome. Bomi says he gets it. That's awesome, Bomi. And we're glad
Thank
we
you.
have answered your question. Another next question is from Steven, where he's talking about an off-label use case. Could it work for internal communications of corporate board of directors? That's a really interesting question,
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. So actually, it can. So if you're sending quarterly updates, I can tell you that companies are already doing it on PitchLink. NGOs are sending out pitch links to their donors. Okay, companies are sending out material in advance to the various directors. It's already happening. So yes, it can be done. As long
Awesome.
as they are all belonging to the same company, you have no problem.
Yes, it's just the same, but an internal board of directors. That's what Steven
Yeah,
asked.
you can send it out.
Awesome, awesome. And next question by Syed. So how can we add option of custom designs to customers who look for fully customized product? Apart from this, can we get payments integration right in PitchLink? Payments
Well,
integration in PitchLink.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I know this question has come up in the past. So Syed, you have two questions there. One is about custom design, other is about payment. So we have just started our integration process, right? So we wanted to hear from the from our customers what they want. We are in the process of releasing our Zoho CRM integration, for example, which will be out in the next few days. It's already done. So payment integration will do as a separate. Through product integration, we are not going to build a payment gateway, if that's your question, but we will integrate it with other gateways.
Oh, that's what he means, the integration part.
Yeah, we will do it. We'll
Of
do it.
course.
We don't have a timeline yet. It is not placed in the roadmap, but we are going to. If we get enough demand, we will be enabling that very quickly.
To the LTD buyers as well.
Sorry, come again.
To the lifetime deal buyers from PitchGround as well.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. I hope that answers your question. If this gets enough demand, the LTD buyers are,
also covered. You guys are covered.
Yes.
You are my customers. You are only paying me once. Doesn't mean you are not my customer.
Absolutely. I hope that answers your question, Syed. Bomi says, get it. Awesome. I hope, Steven, your question is answered as well. And we're joined by new people again. It's Akbar, Shubham, Swapnil, Montano, etc. Welcome to the webinar, guys. Leave all your sales-related questions, and we're gonna give you an answer. And so I think webinar Wednesdays are amazing because right now we are getting an influx of a lot of people, more than previous webinars. I think they have watched your previous webinars as well, and that is awesome. If you haven't, guys, watched it already, ask all your questions, and once this short webinar ends, you can definitely check out all our other webinars and reach out to us. You can also, I encourage you to book a demo to find out the features of PitchLink. If you haven't booked it already, it's free. Yes, Shubhanjan, you were telling something?
Yeah. So Syed had another question about customization, which I missed out.
Yes.
Yeah. So see, Syed, there is no way to do a customization in our. We don't have like a whiteboard where you can draw it and stuff. But if you are generating the customized designs, you can obviously. You can include it as a PNG, or you can integrate it as a video. You can any of the other formats. You can surely you can do that. And another thing, when you are doing the conversation on our platform, the buyer can also upload files and photos for you to see. So if they want to give you a reference, hey, I want something like this, and you can educate your buyer that, look, you don't have to bother of sending me in WhatsApp and then sending me somewhere else. Just put everything in this place, and we will have everything contained. All discussions can happen right here. It makes life simple for everybody.
Everything in just one single link.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's our promise.
Absolutely. So Syed says PitchLink is great. Need a demo. Syed, then what?
Sure.
How can people get a demo? I think that's a question people are waiting for. Yeah.
Yeah. So the moment you purchase a plan, the moment you sign up, you get a dashboard. And in the dashboard, there are 3 very prominent buttons. And one of that is book a demo. So you will get access to my Calendly. Just go there, book a, and I will do it personally. At least this month, I'm doing it myself. So if you want to talk to me and get a demo from me, please be my guest. I'll be very happy to do that.
So all they have to do is sign up on pitch.link and
Yeah. And
sign
you
up
get
for
to the
a free
dashboard and you
account.
can,
is that?
yeah, even in a free account. Yeah.
Awesome. So guys, go. What are you waiting for? After this webinar, you can just sign up for PitchLink for free at their website and then get a demo from Subhanjan directly, where he's going to walk you through all the features and customize how you can use it for your business. Guys, this is an opportunity you cannot miss. As you can see, yeah.
So another thing, sorry, Meenakshi, you're on a flow. I stopped you. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Yes.
So one of the things I wanted to announce today as an update is that we are planning to do weekday fixed time AMA plus demo sessions every weekday, and I want to start it next week from 17th. So we'll announce a time which will be convenient for North America, Europe, and India. I mean, all the time zones, and it would be around this time. Maybe 7 o'clock in the evening or 7:30 in the evening for us, which will be like 9 o'clock in the morning for Eastern time, a little earlier for West Coast. Europe, of course, will be fine. So what the idea is that I'll publish a link, which will be a fixed link. And any day at that time, if you come in, you can ask questions. If you have doubts about, you need to be shown something, I'll show you, or I'll guide you in terms of what you need to do if you have questions about, just like what Saeed is asking and what Stephen is asking. Yeah. So awesome. 17th August, we'll fix it and we will announce it. I wanted to get some feedback. So can you ask folks whether they will like to do something like that? Can you ask them?
Do you want to do it on PitchGround page?
No. So you can just ask them now that this is what I'm proposing, and this is a thought that we want to do a daily weekdays, that is Monday through Friday, fixed time with a fixed link. And if you just store that link, you can come in anytime and you'll know that somebody is there from PitchLink. And any questions, any steps, anything that you have issues with will be tackled.
That's awesome. Guys, if you have having any kind of issues with PitchLink, if you run into any kind of issues, or you created a pitch and you're not sure how to make it more attractive or proceed further, Subhanjan is planning to do AMAs every single week.
Every single day, 5 days a week, I will do it.
Wow.
5 days a week, Monday through Friday, between now and 31st August. So next 2 weeks, I'm going to do it 5 days a week for anybody who has doubts about the product or even otherwise. I mean, awesome. I'm happy to talk about other things also.
Awesome. So guys, if you would love such AMAs, leave a comment below, AMA, and we would love to see your comments coming in. You can leave a comment AMA if you're interested to, you wanted more AMAs with Subhanjan, where he's going to walk you through all PitchLink and other related stuff.
Yeah. Thanks.
So we are getting a lot of questions. Another one from Steven, where he says, can you use a QR code and participate via mobile? Same company, could be owner or members of a residential community, non-profit corporation. Can past link threads be archived? I think these are 3 questions. So first question is, can you use a QR code and participate via mobile? That's the first question.
Why do you need a QR code? You can share the link via mobile. You don't need a QR code. Okay. You can, but why would you need to generate the QR code?
All right.
You can, obviously, any link can be converted into a QR code. So if there is a pitch link, you can convert it into a QR code.
So Stephen, yes, Subhanjan suggests you send him the link. Yeah.
So one thing also you have to understand that if you give the same link to 100 different people, then your ability to do individual conversation will cease. If there are completely different people on a pitch, so it is built for a B2B kind of scenario, right? which
Yes.
means I am going to pitch to a company. So there is a bit of a fair use kind of idea. See, typically when you're talking to a company, you don't expect 100 people of the company to come on a pitch and discuss, and then it will
True.
become quite messy anyway, right? To keep
True.
track and to manage and so on. But conceptually, you don't want to share the same link with unrelated parties, because each will influence the other, and that's not a scenario you want to be in. But your core question, technical question, can it be shared through a QR link? Yes, of course.
Of course.
What are the other two questions?
Other questions is participate via mobile.
Yeah, same thing. So by the way, guys, I don't know whether you saw a roadmap. We are going to get a very, very robust mobile app, which is for the conversation part, out, I think, if I'm right, November. So it is part of our roadmap. Yeah.
Awesome. The roadmap is published on the website, right?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Guys, you can check the pitch link roadmap, and I'll update it on the group tomorrow. And you can check out all the related roadmaps, because a lot of you guys have been asking questions about mobile usability.
Yeah, and that there is another thing, to be very honest, I need to touch upon that. We are very aware that right now the mobile experience sucks. Okay. I will be the first person to raise my hand and say it sucks, it doesn't work. I mean, even if it works, I'll say it doesn't work. It's not an experience you want. The reason is, PitchLink as an experience is built for desktop. It is not meant for mobile. And the app we are going to build, that is primarily going to be addressing the communication part and not the pitch experience part. Like Saeed puts a fantastic furniture video. What will you see in a 4-inch screen? I mean, what experience will you have? So there'll always be limitation. There'll always be limitation. But right now it is like horrible. I mean, so I'm not even talking about it. So it will be fixed. So people will be able to watch the entire pitch, experience the pitch, but it will never be as good as desktop, because some products just doesn't work. I mean, if I'm selling some consumables, I'm selling a pot of coffee, I mean a pack of coffee or something, it's okay. But if I'm trying to show you a car, or if I'm trying to demonstrate a high-end software, mobile doesn't work. But mobile works for communication. That's what the mobile is for, and our app will address that very deeply.
That is amazing. I hope you got the answer, Stephen. And following up with, could owners or members of a residential community can use PitchLink? I think yes.
Yeah, but again, the use case has to be understood. I mean, see, anybody, there are many scenarios. Okay, let me tell you one example, which unfortunately is not a great example to share now, but I suddenly figured that at least 3 or 4 extremely high-end tour operators, personal people who design personal tours, like go to see the Northern Lights, or go to Greece, or go, people who do experience tourism, they were using PitchLink to pitch their tours, where they are having videos of their guide, videos of the guide who takes people around, videos of places, shows showing the hotels, and then there is a group of people who are all going to join that. So all of them are there, all of them are asking questions, and they say that 80-90% of repetitive questions went away because somebody else has asked, and everybody can see the answers. So the point I'm making is, there will be lots of use cases which possibly we have not thought of also. So coming back to residential groups, yeah, I do see possibilities of them using it, but again, I don't have exact idea of what you're talking about, but I'll be happy to explore and try to figure out whether it works.
I think of a really clever use case with this. It's basically, we are in an apartment, so I can actually think of it. So it's like a residential thing, and there are executive people like president of the association, etc. So if you want to leave a notice or something, or let's say they've done something for this quarter, like they've fixed some pipes or they've done some work, and I think that's a pretty amazing use case which we never thought about.
Yeah.
and send it to the members.
Yeah.
And they
Possible.
can complain or have any issue or problem, etc. They can actually
Yeah.
comment using the chat feature.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely, it's
think that's
possible.
a nice use case. Thank you for bringing it up, Steven.
Hmm.
And can past link threads be archived?
Yeah, it's always
I think we have answered it already.
Yeah, all your past pitches are there. See, the pitches also have multiple ways of. So one of the things I wanted to touch upon today, or maybe some other day. So once you have sent out a pitch, once the transaction is over, you can close it, which means nobody gets access to it. People can see it, but no communication will happen because it's closed. You can freeze a pitch, which means nobody have access because you think that the customer is not going to do the deal, so let me freeze it. You freeze it, right? Which also means you can unfreeze it. So the customer comes back after 2 months saying, hey Said, or hey Steven, I want to restart the dialogue. You don't have to restart the dialogue from the zero. You unfreeze the pitch. You start exactly where the conversation stopped, right? So these are some nuances you need to understand. There's a lot of thought has gone into actually building these bits, which you'll find very, very useful.
And you can access all your previous pitches in your dashboard.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Steven, I think that answers all of your questions. And Syed is just going crazy in the comment section, leaving emojis, leaving stickers, leaving comments. Oh my goodness. Syed, I think you like PitchLink. He also said he likes it. Guys, I see all your comments coming in. We will answer every single question from Rohit, from Bomi, and everyone that's coming in right now. We will answer, so stay tuned, guys. So next question by Syed once again. Only challenge I see in PitchLink is only warm customers who are interested in our products will be benefited using PitchLink.
Yeah.
We can't be using PitchLink that as bit.ly links.
No, so when you say Bitly is just a URL shortener. So Bitly links means nothing. So PitchLink is not meant for cold outreach. However, in September we are releasing a very unique feature called campaign, and that will completely change the way cold outreach is done. So it's on the roadmap. Take a look at it. I don't want to talk about it right now, but the way it is designed, it's meant to reach out to interested folks, people who are already showing interest, where a conversation is required. It is not sending out a million mails and hope that 100 people click on it. That's not the objective of PitchLink.
Yes. So I hope that answers your question, Syed. And Syed also says, please do AMA PitchLink 101 training.
Yeah, sure.
That's a really good suggestion.
Yeah.
For sure, Syed. And let's get on to a sales question by Rohit. And he's actively pitching to existing customers of his company. So yes, he's like, how can your sales pitch influence longer sales cycles?
You mean to shorten the cycle?
Rohit, can you elaborate on this? How he says, how can your sales pitch influence longer sales cycles? I think this company sells multiple products, and he's already trying to sell to an existing customer, like new products. I think that's what he's trying to do over there.
So you can ask him. I mean, he wants to how he can reduce that. I mean, obviously, nobody wants to elongate the sales cycle.
So yes, Rohit, if you can elaborate your question a bit, that would be awesome. So yes, shortening, especially with traditional companies.
Okay, so two things you need to keep in mind.
With multiple decision makers, yes.
Yeah. Normally that's So Rohit, first of all, the length of a sales cycle is long or short based on the salesman's point of view. Because when you walk into a prospective customer's room, how many times are you asking them, what is your timeline for this purchase? He may say, my timeline is 18 months. I'm just finding out now. I've just started researching. My requirement will come only next financial year. Then you'll know there is no way you can shorten it. Shortening using incentives, using FOMO, using, oh, you know, my next quarter my prices are going to go up. This doesn't work anymore. Nobody gives a damn about your price is going to go up or not. Okay, that's one. The other point is also very, very vital. See, you need to understand that the end user of your product may not be the buyer, and the buyer may not be one person. It may be 5 people who will decide, like you rightly said. Then typically you will see that the front facing persons you can meet, the second meeting, which is with his boss or the boss's boss, that doesn't happen. That is exactly where pitching makes life so easy, because there is no need for anybody to meet anybody. For the basic stuff, you make your proposition, send out a pitch link. The person to whom you send, maybe the person who has met you already, he shares it with his boss, that person shares with his boss, so on and so forth. Over the next maybe 24, 48, 72 hours, all of them have seen it at their own time, in their own mind space. And then if they turn around and start engaging with you, you know this conversation is going to move. So you have to make it easy for sharing and communication and manage. So you know that PitchLink has a buyer side chat, right? I don't know if you have realized. So when you send the link to the buyer A can share it with multiple people. All of them join the same pitch. They're all looking at the same narrative. They can have a internal discussion on that link, which you will never see. Just like you can have an internal discussion with your team, which they will never see. That actually takes away a lot of confusion at the buyer end, because they're talking on phone, they're talking while they're having coffee in the canteen, they're making some WhatsApp messages, they're writing some mails. It's very, very messy. PitchLink clears all of that out. But even if you're not using PitchLink, your point is absolutely correct. You need to have a ability to understand. So for example, you need to ask the person you are meeting, who else will be involved in this decision? Can I get a meeting with each one of them? Because each one of them will have different requirements, different goals, different motivation. And some of those questions and some of those motivations you may not be able to address also, which means you need somebody else from your company to come in. Maybe your CEO has to come and assure them. Maybe your technical director has to come and talk to them, and so on and so forth. So it is, don't think that the onus is purely on you. In a B2B scenario, the onus is not on one person at all, because if you are selling a product which is not great, the onus is really on the product team and not on you, and so on. So the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, it's slightly out of context, but you must have heard this this quote which says that it takes a village to raise a boy or raise a kid. It takes a village to make a sale, both sides. Okay.
Yes. So he's
I'm
like,
done.
lol, they almost never know. I hope that answers your question, Rohit. And if you have any more questions regarding sales, leave them in the comments down below and we'll answer all your questions. And before getting on to the next question by Bomi Choi, huge shout out to Gaurav Singh, huge shout out to Swapnil Diokar, who are leaving a ton of likes, comments, tapping, just breaking the like button. Really, we've got like almost, I was like 30, 40, 50. I'm like, okay, I can't count anymore. So thank you for all the love, Swapnil and Gaurav. So Bomi, the question he's asking is, can I off the commenting function in the pitch in order to present to many people?
No.
Because
You can't.
I think,
It's
yeah,
built for that. It's
it's
built for
actually
the,
built for it.
yeah. So by the way, we will soon release a different kind of function called public pitch. And in public pitch, you will be able to go and embed a pitch. Like for example, if you go to PitchLink site, there is a button which says view a sample pitch. If you click on that, that is a public pitch. Any number of people can come and see it, but you will not be able to converse. Hey, no sale happens unless a conversation happens. So keep that in mind. Having said that, you will have a public pitch capability very soon, very soon. And in that, you can embed a pitch or send a pitch link to multiple people. It's different from the campaign link I told you. Here, it's like putting it in your Facebook page or putting it in your social page where any number of people can come and just randomly click it. The way it will work is that when somebody clicks, they have to put in their name and email to get to see the pitch. So for example, there are 5 elements in the pitch. There is a very compelling video where you are making a statement. You let them watch that video. When they go to the next element, there'll be a pop-up which will say, please fill up your name and email. And once they fill it up, then only they'll go forward and they'll be able to watch the rest. So this will go into a separate database, which will be sort of like lead gen for you. And then you can send out individual pitches to them. So that's how it will work. But fundamentally, it addresses the need that you have, and that will happen in the form of embedding or sharing a link which in your social, which people can click and watch. So there's no question of comments. There's no question of individual communication.
I hope that answers your question, Bhumi. And all the LTD buyers would be getting all of these features. Guys, LTD buyers aren't left out, so you need not have to worry. Rohit says thanks. And thank you, Rohit, for your question. Regarding Steven has a follow-up question. He's like, yes, QR code load link by camera without typing. And that's why he actually wants it on a mobile. I mean, that makes sense.
No, Steven,
yes, you can.
Steven, again, I'll just clarify. Steven, pitch link, nobody has to type.
You're saying live on mobile. That's what he says.
Sorry, come again.
Because he wants it to come on a mobile because people are lazy and live on mobile.
No, I get it. But even QR, somebody has to focus the camera on some link somewhere, right? What I'm saying is, if you are going to send a pitch link to somebody, just take the link and put it in his WhatsApp, which he can just click and open his mobile browser and see it. It doesn't even have to do QR code, is what I'm saying. Or maybe we are both talking of 2 different things. That's the possibility.
So he's like, owners are limited. Owners are in limited number. So he's coming back to that housing example, which I just said.
Oh.
And okay. Owners are in limited number. Use cases, crowdsourcing feedback and question and answers from the members of the society. And he says, Meenank is getting closer. Thank you. It's just, I think it's the same way where owners of the society and the tenants or etc. are doing, a feedback about, okay, is the society great, etc. So get the crowdsourcing feedback and question and answers. He's wanting.
Yeah. So basically, PitchLink is not built for this, honestly. But having said that, if it is a owners group, typically there'll be a WhatsApp group in that community. You just post a link in that group. That's it. And then you will get feedback, and people will come in and they will have to manage it without getting identified individually and so
on. I hope that answers your question, Steven. He also says he does local B2B for local B2B businesses as well. And I think PitchLink would be a great use case in that sense.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
And Steven, you can schedule a live with Subhanjan by creating a free account from PitchLink. And he'll be happy to answer all your questions regarding this.
Sure.
And help you more about this particular use case scenario. I think that's a personalized thing. It would be much better for it. Then you'll be able to understand all the problems and cater to that. So Steven, go schedule your demo right now. And let's look at some more questions. Guys, leave those questions. Keep those questions coming in, and we are ready to answer all your questions. Naz Bhutani has joined in. Rambabu Thapa has joined in. Darren has joined in, who has joined in our previous webinars as well. I remember you, Darren. I remember you. So yes, thank you for joining in this webinar. And if you have any more questions regarding sales, regarding pitch link, leave in the comments down below and we are ready to answer all your questions regarding sales, regarding pitch link, etc. Because we answered a lot of pitch link questions right now. We've answered about sales as well from Rohit, etc. And Steven, I hope though that answers your question. And I remember during the start of this webinar, not in the start, but in the middle, I asked you a question where what if the client says your prices are high?
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So typically that question will come if you're in a commodity, if you're selling a commodity, which means you are selling something which is also sold by other competing companies.
Absolutely.
There is no good answer to that, because if people don't see value in what you are offering, so your job would be to show them the value. Your job would be to say, okay, so at this price, what do you think you can purchase? What is your expectation? So you can very well walk into a Mercedes showroom and say, look, I want to buy a car and your car is very expensive. So the next question is, right?
Yeah.
So next question is that what did you have in your mind? So they'll say, no, I thought it will be 5 lakhs. So then we'll say that you should buy a Alto, because Mercedes doesn't come at that price.
Absolutely.
Right? But in this example, obviously you understand the difference between Alto and a Mercedes. In your kind of case where you are doing social media, or you are selling some design, or you're selling some copy, it is not that tangible, right? So then you have to have social proof. Then you have to have, you can say, okay, look, you know what, I'll give you phone numbers of 3 of my customers. Why don't you talk to them and figure out whether they got value for money or not?
True. That actually answers the question. Thank you. Guys, we are taking in final 3 questions. Guys, after the final 3 questions, we are ending the webinar. So the final 3 questions, make sure it comes. Otherwise, you can always reach out to Team Pitch Ground and Team Pitch Link. We are just a message away to answer all your queries. And we'll be doing those AMAs as well if we get in more requests. So we're taking in the final 3 questions. And after this, we are ending this webinar Wednesday, where we spoke about sales and pitch link. So Rambabu Thapa asks, could you share something about objection handling? Because
see,
I
first
think
of all,
process of course has objections. So if you can list out any common objections and how to handle those objections, that would be
see, in the previous webinar, I had discussed 2 things. And even before I discuss that, I want to say one thing. Why do you think is it objection and not a genuine question? Why term it as objection? When you go to buy a television and you ask him, why is your screen not beveled in the side? Is that an objection or is it a question? So the frame of reference, it is as if you are dragging a horse to the water. No, you can take the horse to the water, as you know, you cannot make it drink. So first, stop thinking it in terms of objection and think of it as genuine questions. Your frame of reference needs to change. That's point number 1. Point number 2, I have in the previous webinar on sales, I had said you need to go out and talk to similar people to those you are trying to sell to. So what do I mean by that? Like Steven says, he is selling to local businesses. What kind of businesses? Suppose he is selling to grocery stores. He has an application which is sold to all grocery stores. So I'm just taking an example. And you have an appointment with one of the largest grocery stores in the vicinity. Before you go there, go and talk to 5 other grocery stores and find out what they tell you when you show them your application. You have to anticipate your customers' questions and you have to be prepared with answers which are no more than 3 sentences each, because more than that they'll not be able to comprehend. And not only that, each of those answers you need to test on people to see that they understand what you're saying, and then you talk about objection handling.
Absolutely.
Make sense?
I hope that answers your question, Ram Babu. And yes, I think we have received the final 3 questions.
Okay.
And we're not taking in any more questions, guys. Sorry. But you can always reach out to us. You know me, Minank. I'm the social media head of Pitchground. You can always reach out to me, personal message me. Or you can always reach out to Subhanjan. I'm more than happy to connect you with Subhanjan, and we are happy to solve your sales and your pitching related queries as well. So moving on to another question by Darren. Darren says, sub account says can't be changed, the sub account.
Yeah.
If I sell a sub account, what happens if the client no longer wants the account? I'm stuck with a link I cannot use.
It's true. It's true, Darren. I mean, you buy a pair of shoes, then you sell it to someone who doesn't want it after 2 months, you can't resell it. So it is not something you can. It's like Minank had a question. Hey, I have sent out a link and the sale is over, the link is closed. Can I send out one more link? No, you can't. It's like it doesn't work that way. So when you are selling your sub account, either you do not sell it to a customer but ask him to rent it, which means you have a generic name to that domain. So suppose you are selling it to, I don't know, Cisco, one sub account. Don't call that domain cisco.pitch.link. Call that domain darren2.pitch.link. So today Cisco is using it, they go away, you have another client, they also come to Darren2. But if you want the specific name, we can't change it. That's not how the architecture works.
I hope that answers your question, Darren. And the next question is by Syed, where he says, need clarity on what type of customers PitchLink is suitable in B2C. Is it warm prospects, cold prospects, or hot prospects?
Always warm or hot. But see, look, okay. PitchLink was built with the idea that when you are ready to meet a customer face to face, which means there is enough indication that that customer wants to do something with you, yet you are not able to get that face to face meeting, use PitchLink, which means it has to be pre-qualified prospects.
Awesome. So
the last question, is it?
Yes. And also we have a follow-up by Darren, and last question is,
sure.
which plan is great
sure,
for
sure.
start?
Darren has been engaged with us for a long time and I would love to help him out, but I cannot rewrite the code, Darren. I'm sorry about that. But whichever other way, I'll be happy to help you out. Darren and we talk quite a bit.
Yeah, so he says it's quite limiting, but yeah, we cannot rewrite the code.
Yeah, it's not limiting if you see from many. Hey, Darren, you know what? When we go off this lifetime deal, people will be paying $199 per month to use that same account that you have bought for $295 or $245, whatever you paid. And I'm not kidding you. And they will have the same problem, by the way.
All right. Yeah. Since Syed has a question about which plan is great for start, since I have limited products, but with different designs. So Syed, you can have a look at the screen right now. I'm on PitchLink sale page, where you can look at all the plans which have been clearly laid out. And Subhanjan, you can also look at the screen, right?
Yeah, I can. So Syed's question is that
which plan is great for the starting, as I have limited products but with different designs?
No, it's really about how many customers you want to reach out to. So you should look at limited design means you possibly don't need a lot of storage, so for starters. But if you are reaching out to a lot of customers, you should choose a plan which allows you higher pitch sending capability. Okay, another thing I'll tell you, Syed. PitchLink is very, very cost effective. I'm not talking about the lifetime deal, even otherwise. Okay. If it is useful for you, it will pay for itself. So if you are not sure, buy the lowest plan. Be in the system. See if you can start with those 20 pitch links that the lowest plan gives you. Are you able to do one deal? If you do one deal, you will be able to pay up monthly $49 or $199, and you can buy a bigger plan with lot more links. But if you're more or less sure that it will work, go for a plan which gives you higher link capacity. That's what I would suggest. Otherwise, go with the lowest. Doesn't matter. Test it out. Only thing is that you will not get this price. But I'm not going to tell you to buy this because the price is low. That's not a good reason to buy anything. Even if you pay $59 and nothing happens, what's the point?
Absolutely. And later on, if you plan to buy another, if you like the first, if you close your first deal, which we hope you do, and if you plan to buy one more, to get more pitch links, we are sorry to say that it's not stackable.
Yeah,
it's not stackable. So yes, you have to, so be careful about
yeah, just be judicious. I mean it's your money. Be judicious, and I will not oversell. I know it's not a nice thing to do because I'm out there to sell my stuff, but I'll not tell you to do that. But if you're more or less sure that this will work for you, just get a little higher quota, because as it starts paying for itself, if you're doing more deals, I'm sure you will not mind spending $40-50 per month. I don't think that's an issue.
Awesome. And we are taking the final question by Darren, which he says, can we add sub account at discount if we have an agency?
Sorry, I didn't get that question.
He says, can we add a sub account at a discount if we have an agency?
I still don't get it, because see, if you buy the agency plan, you get 10 sub accounts. If you stack agency plans, your sub accounts numbers goes up based on each agency plan. So for one agency plan, you have 10 sub accounts. If you stack 2 agency plans, you get 20 sub accounts. You can choose to sell it whichever way you want at whatever price you want. And I think I had an answer to Darren that you can try to rent it out, but then the domain issue you have to sort out yourself. You can always rent out a domain. You can create a domain, generic domain, if your customer is okay with that.
Beyond the 10 sub accounts.
So you have to buy another agency account and then get 10 more.
Okay.
I don't think it's answering his questions, because I'm not really understanding his question. You can sell it whichever way you want, Darren.
No, he wants to add he wants to add more sub accounts. That's what he says.
Yeah, sure. So you buy one more agency plan, you can stack it, but there is no discount available anymore. The discount is gone after the first 7 days, or first 10 days or 15 days. If that's what he's asking, whether he can get it, that's the question he should ask PitchGround, and I know the answer to it also. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. But
I mean, he's saying most PG deals have had the option for agency users to get more accounts later at a discount. So I think Darren,
yeah. Okay. I think just check it out. If you buy more accounts, you will always get a 30 or 40% discount from the prevailing price, but that will not be this price. You will be able to get it. Yes, there is a discount involved, and I don't exactly recall top of my mind, but if you write to me in support, I'll let you know. support@pitch.link, or if you come to the you are talking to me on the chat as well, on fresh chat, if I remember correctly, or on mail, I don't remember, but just write to me and I'll figure out and I'll let you know. Yes, you can buy it at discount.
Yes, Darren, you can contact Subhanjan at support@pitch.link.
Pitch.link. Yeah, and see, a lot of other upgrades, additional pitch links, lot of these things will open up, and you'll always be able to buy it at a discount going forward.
And he says after the deal ends.
Yeah. It will be an ongoing thing, because
Awesome.
we'll be bringing in more features which are not necessarily available now, which there will be a price to it, but they'll always be able to access at a discount, always.
So he got the answer to his question. He says that's what he meant, and that's awesome.
Okay. So before I let you close it, I have a question and I have a request. So how many are already PitchLink customers? Can you ask? Is there how many people are there? How many are PitchLink customers already?
Guys, before we end this webinar, the people who are live with us right now, yes, you, the person who's watching this right now, are you a PitchLink customer? If you are a PitchLink customer already, leave a comment down below. We are waiting for the comments, and we are also taking the Zoom lag in consideration. So yes. Okay, yes. There are some people who are saying 2 accounts, some people saying yet to become. Yes. And
Okay.
that is awesome.
So I'll tell you, I'm going to write a series of customer stories of why you bought PitchLink, what struggles you were facing which you are wanting to solve with PitchLink, what surprised you when you started using PitchLink, and so on. Please send me a mail to support@pitch.link saying that I want to participate in the customer story series, and I will get in touch with you. Please share your mail and phone number. I will get in touch with you. I will possibly do an interview with you over Skype, and we'll record that and we'll convert that into customer stories. So whoever is interested, please reach out to me. I'm very keen to talk to all of you.
Awesome, guys. You can reach out to Subhajan at support@pitch.link. And if you're already a PitchLink customer, he's happy to hear your story and interview you on how you're using PitchLink in growing your business. And that is awesome. Everyone says thanks. Steven says thanks, Minang and Subhajan, for a great presentation. I think this is a brilliant solution. Of course. Thank you so much, Steven. Thank you so much, everyone who has joined this webinar. One last suggestion we are taking is like make some unbranded content so we can pre-sell it to clients.
Okay, so when you say unbranded content, you mean what?
Darren, what do you mean by unbranded content? Subhajan wants to know. Until then, people are leaving must, etc. This is nice. We are getting a lot of stickers, and this is the engagement we wanted, guys. We are so happy, and thank you so much for all the love that you have shared, all the likes that you have sent, all the hearts that you have tapped. This is amazing.
Yeah, so Darren's suggestion about unbranded content, we will make lots of content, and there'll be a library function coming up soon. There'll be a marketplace. There are lots of things on the works, and we will see how you can make more money through PitchLink. We are very
with no mention of PitchGround offer.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know, Darren. I know you told me about that. Yes, I remember.
Yes, he wants to.
It's a
know the answer to it right now.
2 weeks, and you'll have the option. Don't worry.
Yes. So I think you got cut, Subhajan. You can repeat that.
Yeah, I'm saying that the PitchGround mention will be there till 31st August. After that, anyway, that will be gone. So if he just waits up to that, he will not have any issue about unbranded and selling it to his customers.
So yes, so Darren, I think that answers your question. And if you have some more questions, you can always reach out to Subhajan at support@pitch.link. And guys, we have come to an end to this webinar. We have taken a lot of questions. This was the interaction we wanted, and we are happy. And we hope you are happy too, and all of your questions have been answered as well. The webinar will go live. You can check out the recording on our PitchGround Facebook page. It will always be there. You can replay it and see if your questions have been answered. And you can also look at other questions that are answered as well. Also, you can also check out the product at pitchground.com/products/PitchLink. There you go, guys. And you can always reach out to Team PitchGround and Team PitchLink if you have any doubts regarding PitchLink. And we are happy because we are happy to answer all your queries. We are more than happy to answer all your queries. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining in. And we hope you have a safe week ahead. And that's more important. So guys, we are ending the live session, and thank you.
Have a good day, guys.
For joining in. Have a great night. Have a great morning if you're joining in from the US. So, yes. Awesome.